So all across the country, we're beginning to see a new trend in beer, microbreweries, and Colin Harris and I were just talking about that. He's the beer and spirits manager at Molloy's Finest, and you've brought a lot of beer in to talk about. That's probably stuff that people don't know much about.
I have. I brought in 6 different beers right here. There are a lot of changes in the beer industry. Craft brews are really on the rise. Last year, in general, there was a 12% increase in craft beer sales just in general.
This is an Illinois beer right here.
This is actually, these first 3 right here are all Chicagoland breweries. Metropolitan, I've got their Flywheel Bright Lager. This is a German-style Pilsner. It's the breweries in the Ravenswood area. It's a lot of fun. It's one of those beers that pairs really well, and a lot of beers are pairing like wines pair. So this, I mean, it's my lawnmower beer, basically. I mean, it's nice, it's light, it's got a great hop note. Nice kind of bready, mild malt to it.
And how about the pale ale?
The pale ale right here, an IPA, big fresh hop pale ale. It has a lot of herbaceous herbal notes to it, a lot of citrus to it. Again, this is a curry kind of spicy Asian food.
This is something that you didn't used to hear people, this kind of terminology people didn't used to use around beer, right?
Not at all, not at all.
Yes, so
it's pretty much reserved for wines.
Right. And our next beer, also from the Chicagoland area.
Also from the Chicago area, we've got Goose Island's Pierre Jacques.
Of course.
Belgium-style double, Goose Island, big brewery, really on the rise. This is a great one for bittersweet chocolate. If you got some wild game, venison, boar, something like that, really kind of brings out the flavors.
Is there a Belgian monk out there named Pierre Jacques?
There probably is, but I wouldn't. You got me hanging on that one.
Okay, and our next 3 beers. Let's talk about those.
The next 3 are from all over kind of the Midwest and the mountains. We're looking at the first one right here is Boris the Crusher. It's a Russian oatmeal imperial stout from Hop and Frog Brewery out of Akron, Ohio. Big, heavy chocolate. This is a dessert beer. This if you have dark chocolate
in a bottle?
mousse, pretty much, but you get a lot of dark roast espresso to it, blackstrap molasses, kind of big, sweet, fun. Stands alone. Moving on, we've got the Arcadia Ales. Arcadia Ales, they're London Porter. Big, smoky. Again, you get a lot of coffee, you get a lot of chocolate to it. Something where if you're doing a barbecue, especially like ribs, that sweetness from the barbecue sauce really kind of makes it pop. It makes everything kind of stand out.
And White Rascal, our final beer.
White Rascal is from the Avery Brewing Company out of Boulder, Colorado. This is it's a wheat beer, very light, very clean, done with a little curacao orange peel and coriander. So it really goes well with salads, light chicken, anything like that, where it's just kind of, you're looking for something that's not weighty and heavy like your Boris or some of your porters.
Beer pairings, that's really something new. That's
it's
pretty
really
neat.
on the rise.
What about alcohol content? Are we talking about pretty much what would you expect?
Well, most of your standard macro brews, your big guys, Budweiser, Miller, you got a lot at 4.2, 4.5. You start looking at some of your craft beers. The Boris, the Crusher right here, is 9.4.
Wow, okay.
So you're getting up higher, 6.8. A lot of these are higher alcohol beers, and because of that, you get a lot more flavor out of the beer because brewers are really experimenting with different flavors and different ways of kind of increasing their uniqueness.
Right. All right. Well, thank you so much for coming in and helping us out with that.
Anytime.
Colin Harris.
Thank you.
Who is the beer and spirits manager from Molloy's Finest.
Yes.